Hi, VANCE FERRIGNO here from F3 Performance Training. Today we're going to talk a little bit about what we call locomotor patterns. And locomotor is nothing more than I'm getting from point A to point B. Most of the time for locomotor, we're walking. We're going to walk to that point. Of course, we could run. But there's a lot of different ways of doing it. And the purpose of doing it in different patterns is, one, it's going to force the hip structure and the legs to do something they're not used to doing. And I can look at hip mobility in regard to how well that I can move laterally in different directions. But it's also going to challenge your cardiovascular system as well as the nervous system. How well can my nervous system handle all these misdirections? How I'm going to change that? So we want to create a stimulation within all those different systems. And it's very different than just going out for a brisk walk for cardiovascular. So we're going to play with these patterns and have some fun with them. We're going to talk about walking patterns. So a walk is obviously one foot will cross in front of the other, and there's always a foot on the ground. When we run, there's a flight phase. We're going to get to that. So besides obviously the ability to walk forward, I should have the ability to walk backwards. I also can walk lateral. I step across and I step out. So now I am walking in a lateral pattern. I could also walk laterally with this foot driving it by pushing across. So I want to work other patterns. So I could also, at this point, I could do a lateral walk in rotation. Or I can come back from my other side. And so, as opposed to just our normal linear walking, I am going to walk in as many different patterns as I can. We always start with walking because we're looking first, how symmetrical does a person go left and right? Is their hips giving them what they need? If I see somebody come here and they can only do this, and on side they can push deeper, that's telling me there's something, and we'll work on that. It's also low amplitude. It allows their body to adapt. Once they've mastered the walking patterns, they can now go into running pattern. Now running, again, feet are crossing each other, but there is a flight phase. So when I'm running, for a split second, I am in the air. So besides our ability, of course, to run forward, I should have the ability to run backwards, but I should also have the ability to run laterally. In this case, I'm stepping over the top, or I can step behind. I also can run in a circular pattern. Again, I could literally just run a tight circular pattern, or I can use that cross in my position here. So like the walking patterns, but the push off is giving me a flight phase.